question 3, functions. This is one of the topics in Tandowa teacher. I'm a functions. In the description box, uzothola ama links for other recordings that I did for this supplementary paper 2024. Now, 3.1.1, they want us to find they want us to sketch the graph of f of x. Now, before we sketch anything, identify the type of function about we sketch. Like in this case, it's an exponential function. Because of the variable x is an exponent. Okay, so I know that I'm dealing with an exponential function. Then Caesar, okay, black. Abiso, man. 3.1.1. Okay, so we have this f of x equal to 3 multiplied by 3 raised to exponent minus x minus 3. One of the things that we calculate when before plotting a function is the y-intercept, where we let x to be 0 first. Now, the y, I changed to f of x and changed it to y. Now, this is going to be 3 times 3 raised to exponent minus 0 minus 3. Solving this, it's 3 times 3 raised to exponent minus 0 minus 3. I'm getting a 0 now. Okay, so y is equal to 0. Okay, so this means that I have a y-intercept at 0 and 0. Number one. Number two, we also calculate the x-intercept, where we let y to be equal to 0. Ngiyabona ngifaka ku iyabuyithula. Marungasabi siyabangena noma kunjalo. 3 times 3 raised to exponent minus x, then it's minus 3. We transpose with 3 over positive 3 minus x. Divide both sides by 3. It's total 1, that is equal to 3 raised to exponent minus x. Okay, I'm at a point where I have a exponential equation. All right, so I need to get this equation to a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning that I will have to make the bases the same on each side of the equation. So lana ngino 1, how do I make 1 to have the same base as the one on the right hand side? I raise the 3 to an exponent 0, because I know that any number raised to exponent 0 is what? Is 1. If I had a base of 4 on the right hand side, I was going to say 4 raised to exponent 0. If it was a base of 5, I was going to say 5 raised to exponent what? 0. The idea is just to bring the x down. Okay, so now the bases are the same. I'm dropping the exponents. I end up with this, dividing both sides by a minus 1. X now becomes 0. What? Okay. Now this also means the x-intercept is 0 and 0. Okay, this is getting frustrating, Mara. Don't worry. No worry. Now, another thing that is special about a exponential function is that it has something we call the asymptote, right? It has a horizontal asymptote. The minus 3 is an asymptote, right? As an asymptote. Okay, it's an asymptote. So in an asymptote, for this exponential graph, the asymptote is going to be y equal to minus 3. Now, I don't want to turn this recording into a lesson. Né? I'm strictly showing you how to answer my questions, right? I'm just showing you how to answer my questions. But just as a quick side note, y is equal to a multiplied by b raised to exponent x minus p plus q. This is the general form or the general equation for an exponential function. The p is always your asymptote, right? So this is your asymptote, but the p lona is not an asymptote. There's only one asymptote in an exponential function, okay? In this case, I have a now 3. I have b, it's this 3. I have q, the asymptote, which is this minus 3. P is regarded or taken as 0. So the asymptote is that y equal to minus 3. I have the asymptote, I have x-intercept, I have y-intercept, everything is intact now. I can go ahead and plot my function, okay? So let's bring this grid. Let's plot the first point. Let me use red. The first point, Nyla, it's this 0 and 0, and it happens to be, it also happens to be y-intercept and the x-intercept as well, right? So this is the point where both the x and y-intercept converge. All right, so I have now, okay, where am I writing? Yeah, all right, now, if x negative, your graph is gonna be slanted like this. If x is negative, if x is negative, and then I'm gonna have something else that looks like this. That looks like this. This, if your x is positive. So Motatopega, what we have, our x is negative, so our graph is gonna look like this. If the x was positive, maybe say it was something like y equal to 3 times 3x minus 3, then our graph was gonna look something like that, okay? Now, the next thing to plot is the horizontal asymptote, this. Let's get something darker. Yes, this is the asymptote, y equal to negative 3. Now, drawing your graph, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look like this, but it shouldn't touch the asymptote. So this is the complete sketch for 3.1.2. Okay, I'm gonna hide this. And oh, the question 3, una 3 questions, like there's 3.1, there's also 3.2, and then it ends with 3.3. all right, so I couldn't show everything because some of the sections are big for screen sound, so like I couldn't fit everything on the same slide. Now let's answer the second question for 3.1.2. Give the equation of h of x. What is this equation? If h of x is the translation of f of x with 2 units left and 4 units up. So you are taking f of x and translating it to 2 units left and 4 units up, right? So if we move a function by some units left, you're gonna add to x. If you're gonna move a function up, you're gonna add to y, right? You're gonna add to y. If you were moving it downward, you were gonna subtract. If you were moving it right, you were gonna subtract. Okay, you were gonna subtract. This is how we deal with our translations, right, in any given function. H of x, now let's write down the equation. H of x, you are basically gonna take f of x and add how many units? 2 units left to x. You're gonna add 2 units to x. And then since you are moving the function f, how many units? 2 units, 4 units up. You're also gonna add 4 units to the actual function. 4. You're gonna add 4 to the actual function. Now, h of x in full, it looks something like this. Now, instead of writing it like this, you can also write it like this, so. By the way, this is not the final answer. I was just trying to express what I was writing mathematically. So this is the original function, Nyla, where f of x is equal to 3 multiplied by 3 raised to exponent minus x minus 3. Now, but the h is derived from f by moving the graph 2 units left and 4 units up. Okay, check again. Pay attention. Minus x minus 3. How many units left? 2 units. So we're gonna add 2. And how many units up? 4 units. We're gonna add 4 like this. Now h of x is equal to 3 multiplied by 3 raised to exponent minus x plus 2. What is minus 3 plus 4? That's our plus 1. So this is the function for for h. This is the function for h. This is the function for h. Now 3.1.3, they want us to give the range of h of x. Now, what is the range? The range is all the set of y values on the function. Okay, so in this case, the range is gonna be y greater than minus 3. Going back to the sketch, let me hide this and bring this thing up. Okay, so the range is all the set of y values. Where does the graph start and end along the y-axis? It starts here and it goes all the way up along the x-axis. This arrow is saying the graph continues all the way up, right? Where does it start? Right here. It approaches -3 but never touches. Hence I'm saying my range is y greater than minus 3. We don't include the -3. That's the range. All right, let's take this down. Here's the next question. So for this question, we are given 2 graphs, G and P. S and R are the points of intersection of G and P. This 3.2.1, they want us to calculate what? Calculate the x coordinates of S and R. S, it's right here. R, right here. These are the points of intersection where G is equal to P of x. So we have to take G and equate it to P, and then we solve for x. We're gonna say G, you are equal to P of x. What is G? Minus 1 over 4x plus 4 equal to 1 over 2x squared minus 5 over 2x plus 2. All right, now to simplify this, we would have to find the LCD, which is 4, by the way. So we take the LCD, we multiply each and every term. 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4. This 4 cancels that 4. I'm now left with a minus 1x. 4 times 4, that's 8, 16. 16 equal to 2 divides that 4 ngisala no 2, so it's gonna be a 2 times this one, it's 2x squared. This 2 divides that 4 ngisala no 2. What is 2 times 5? That's minus 10x. 2 times 4, that is 8. Alright, then I'm gonna transpose everything to the right hand side. 0 is now equal to 2x squared minus 10x plus 8 plus x minus 16. 0 is equal to 2x squared minus 9x and then a minus 8. A minus 8. X is equal to, then we'll have to simplify this using a quadratic equation or you can use the factoring method rather. Alright, that's 2x. Yeah. Alright, so it's 2x lana, then it's gonna be an x. No. There are no factors for this one. I think it's gonna come out as irrational roots. Let's check it out. A 2 b is equal to minus 9. Yabo sometimes nami yahluleka ukuthola ama factors. But ayingishaya gijime the quadratic equation. So we're gonna use the quadratic equation. B minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, everything divided by 2a. Alright, so I'm not gonna use the quadratic equation for this recording. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a calculator just for the sake of time. I'm gonna say, you know how to use the quadratic equation, yeah, minus 8 minus 9 and then minus 8. The first answer is this, so the first x is gonna be 5.260 in 3 decimal places, or the other x is gonna be minus 0.76 So these are my x values for S and R. For which values of x is the function of p, which is the parabola, decreasing? So you read your graph from left to right. We read it from left to right. So reading this graph from left, I can see that umang sugala, from this point I'm going down. It means that the graph is decreasing until we reach the turning point, and then it starts increasing from the turning point to the right as it goes up. Okay, now for which values of x is the function decreasing? We have to calculate the x value for the turning point to answer this one. All right, so it's going to be at 3.2.3, 3.2.2. So the turning point, how do we calculate the turning point? We say x is equal to minus b over 2a, but we don't want the x and y fully, so we are only interested in the x value, because here is also not to this answer this question. Minus, what is b? I'm gonna use this equation, the parabola equation, to calculate x. Now what is b? The b value, it's minus 5 over 2. 2, what is a, or half, equal to, then we calculate, compile, about minus 5 over 2, close bracket, about 2, open bracket, 1 over 2, close bracket. So the answer is going to be a 5 over 2. Alright, so my answer is 5 over 2. Now, where is my function decreasing. It's decreasing from this point to the left on the red part of the graph. So as you move from x equal to 5 over 2 going to the left, I'm gonna see that my graph, or find the part of the graph where it is decreasing. So it's when x is less than 5 over 2, because moving from this point to the left, I'm actually looking at all the x values that are less than 5 over 2. This is our answer then. 3.2.3, is the graph of g, which is the straight line, a function or a non-function? It is a function. Why? Because it passes the vertical line test. The graph of g cuts the vertical line. When doing the vertical line test, it cuts it only at one point. That is why it's a function. Now for 3, okay, let's use white. 3.2.4, give the equation of q if q is equal to g of x plus 3. Life remarks most. Q is equal to g of x plus 3. What you're gonna do, you're gonna take g of x and substitute, which is that 1 over 4 x plus 4, then you add this 3, equal to minus 1 over 4x. What is 4 plus 3? That's 7. So it's gonna be a plus 7. This is q of x. Okay. Now let's answer the last part of this discussion. No, not this one. 3.3 for 5 marks. Determine the equation of the graph of k. Now k la, it's a over x minus p plus q. If a, we have a coordinate a, that is 1 and 20, is a point on the graph, the asymptotes of the graph are x equal to 2 and y equal to 1. You have the following asymptotes: x is equal to 2, y is equal to 1. Alright, the first thing we're gonna do is substituting this and substituting this, which are the asymptotes. So sizobano, you know what, let me just use y. I'm replacing k with y. A, I don't know. X, now the p, it's gonna be this 2, right? Because this gives us what? The vertical asymptote, x equal to, so the p is gonna be this 2. Plus, what is q? Q, it's the horizontal asymptote, which is the y equal to. So whatever is equal to y is the value for q. Now I'm only left with one part of the equation. Okay? What is a? In order to calculate a, I'm gonna substitute the a coordinate into this equation. What is y? That's 20. A over what is x? That's 1 minus 2 plus 1. 20 is equal to a over 1 minus 2, that's minus 1 plus 1. 20 is equal to minus a plus 1. We transpose a, it becomes a positive. We transpose the 20, it becomes a minus 20 plus 1. A now is equal to minus 19. We now have the final equation, the final form of the equation as the following. K of x is equal to a, it's minus 19, over x minus 2 plus 1. This is the final equation. Alright, yazi the calculator ya papa man. Ya papa the calculator mara wife. Okay, so this is the full calculation. Sorry, the calculator was hiding all the information this whole time, so I had to take it down. Now anyway, this concludes our discussion on functions for question 3. For the rest of the questions, I left them in the description box. Catch you on the next one. Peace.